Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here and welcome to my second channel. Today we're going to be unboxing two enormous parcels from Sendico. This video is sponsored by Sendico. For those of you who do not know what Sendico is, it's a proxy service that allows us anywhere in the world to buy and order things from Japan. Sites such as Yahoo Auctions don't allow us in the world to buy from their site. You have to have a Japanese address. And the idea of Sendico is they translate the whole website for you, and then you can order, they order it on your behalf, but you bid on the items and it all goes to their warehouse, and then in here is like several different listings. You know, they kind of just consolidate them all into one big parcel and send it to your door. And I'm going to open mine. I've got two. This is probably like 2 or 3 months worth of orders that I've just like been waiting to create a parcel for, and now the time has come that I'm opening it. So they hold the items for you for a very long time so that you can, consolidate all your different items and save money ultimately in the long run, and just generally have the ability to buy things from Japan, which we didn't before. Okay, here we go. Oh, they package everything so well, you know, because these guys know what us collectors are like. They want to make sure that everything gets to us all safely, so they package everything very, very well. Right, so I'm going to move this onto the floor and we'll take a look. In fact, let's just unload all of the items. So this is very exciting, mainly for me, I imagine, but I'm sure for you as well. It is a very exciting process to be seeing all of this kind of stuff happening. Okay, now there is actually some items in here that are for other people, which I'm very excited about. Some really cool people. Okay, let's take all this out. So let's open this first. So this is actually, in fact, Am I going to open this? Yeah, I'll open this. So this is actually for someone else, and this is going to be a pretty cool collaboration that you'll hear about at another stage, but I can't really mention a lot of it right now. But yeah, this is just your Super Nintendo, Super Famicom actually, because this is the Japanese one. Very yellowed, but this was not the main thing. And then also in that same listing, it came with a black Japanese Nintendo Wii that we recently discovered on this second channel. Is kind of useless unless you're going to mod it and stuff, but this one looks in very nice condition. Here we have, what is that? Oh, that's a Wii remote. Okay, so that's obviously also a part of it. A little Wiimote. It's in very nice condition. Got the Wii Motion Plus inside as well, so that is very nice. Okay, set that down. Right, this looks like it's also going to be a part of all of that. What is this? This is a Super Nintendo AC, I think. And then we've got the Wii stand here. Brilliant. What else is going to be a part of that? We've got this, which is the Wii power supply. Not going to bother getting that out. We've also got the receiver for the infrared Wii thing. In fact, I don't think it's even infrared. And then we've got a bunch of other cables for all of that. That's for the Game Boy Advance SP, because there was also a Game Boy Advance SP that came with it. So let me actually unbox this. Bit of carnage here, really. I don't really know how to make this a bit more seamless, but it's just ripping into parcels. Okay, that's not in that bad condition. Ah, I like the little stars on it. Yeah, that all works. Very nice. And then the main thing that this whole thing was for was this little guy right here. So I recently made a video where I played PlayStation 5 on the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Micro and everything. And this is the exact same thing. It's just been released by a different company. They're very hard to get a hold of, but this one I was sort of asked to order on behalf of my friend who wanted one. So now I've got one for him. So yeah, very cool. It just allows you to plug in AV into your Game Boy. So that is that. Okay, so that is all one listing. So that one was probably... Oh look, we've also got some Super Famicom controllers as well. Yeah, all one listing, absolutely enormous. That's the stand for the bottom of the Wii thing. We've also got here, this is another thing completely separate. It kind of looks like a fake Nintendo Switch Lite, so that really intrigued me. So we will be having a look at that. Maybe on the main channel, we'll have to see how good or bad it is. But it does look rather close. I mean, one thing that they've done which is so naughty, can you actually see there, the screen itself is far smaller than that whole black thing. So they've done that to make it look like a Switch Lite, but it's actually only going to be a tiny little screen in the center. So that is quite naughty. Oh look, can you see it better on the back? I'm not sure. funny that it's just the same packaging for all the different colours. Okay, now this one, this is for a main channel video. This was very funny. I saw this and I immediately knew that this would make a good video. I don't know a lot about it, and I don't really know how it's even going to work, but I'm not going to be looking too far into it in this video because I want it to be a surprise. But this is the X Block. Everybody's heard of the X Block. I'm just going to turn up my contrast real quick. There we go. So look, the Brick Game X Block. Angle adjusting screen, multiplayer modes, realistic sound effects, and retractable cable controller. I mean, just how excellent does that look? It's absolutely tiny. And then we've got loads of more details on the back. So that is going to be a main channel video because it just looks hilarious. And then these two things kind of go together. So this is something that I have wanted for a very long time. And this will be for a main channel video. Okay, so this I bid on because they're actually quite expensive to get, and even in Japan they're still quite desirable. So this is a limited edition Game Boy sort of anniversary release of the 2DS. The Pocket Monsters. God, that description was terrible. I better perfect that before I make the video on it. But yeah, so it comes actually preloaded with Pokemon Green, which is obviously a Japanese exclusive Game Boy game, and doesn't look like they packaged it very well. It looks all a little bit bloated, but I'll fix that before the video. And then the actual games themselves, which were also released for the same sort of event or at the same time, are the exact same shape and size of the Game Boy games. So these are not Game Boy games. These are just really nice presentable boxes that you buy, and then inside them is a code for the downloadable game. But I just thought we could take a look at them. They just look absolutely fantastic. I love that Nintendo does that kind of stuff. So that will make a great video, and that concludes the first parcel. Right, the next parcel is huge. I honestly don't know if you can quite tell just how massive this is. I'm also opening upside down because there's so many pieces of information on the front of the box that I just cannot be bothered to rip it all off. So here we go. In here, I think there's one or two items in here that are really big, which are why there's such a big box for this, but I don't think there's actually that many things in here. Maybe 10 or something. But anyway, here we go. You can see here, this is a very big parcel. Right, let's try and just rip this apart. Okay, so this is one of the biggest boxes. We shall move this out of the way. I mean, you can see there immediately it's a lot emptier. And then we've got another pretty big parcel, pretty big box rather there. And then everything else is quite small. Right, so we'll start with all of this small stuff first. This looks like a charger. Not going to bother opening that. What is that charger for, though? That is the question. Oh, yes. Okay, I remember buying this. So I actually was just trying to record the ad for one of my videos. And as I was scrolling around to capture some footage, I came across this little guy. And this is an ice blue Game Boy Color. It's not in the best condition, but that kind of has never really bothered me. Once I give it a nice clean, it doesn't really matter if it's mint or not, because I just like looking at them, and it means that you can buy them for a much more affordable price if you're not that picky on the condition, but it's still pretty nice. I just think it's a little bit yellowed. It's kind of hard to tell because it's blue, obviously, but the screen ends is quite scratched. There's a couple of scuffs going across the middle of it, but nonetheless, I now have one, and that's quite cool. Okay, now this I was very excited about. I paid, I think, about £70 for this, which is actually quite a lot of money, but as you can probably see, this is a Game Boy Micro. And this isn't just any old Game Boy Micro. This is a Famicom edition one, which was a Japanese thing. And the condition of it is pretty bad, actually. Little dent there, lots of scratches on the back. Triggers are okay. You can see the bend there in the cartridge port. Faceplate's pretty dinged up, but that being said, all I want to do is use it, so it's actually not that bad. It doesn't bother me that mad that it's not in the best condition, because I just want to use it, and it's still a very presentable little thing. So hopefully the screen will work. And does it even turn on? Oh, it does. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, that looks absolutely fine. Good stuff. Oh, it's just turned off. That might be the battery. Oh, the power switch is just a bit dodgy. Okay, we just need to give it a nice clean. Well, that'll make a nice video. Okay, oh my god, that is tiny. I thought this was going to be huge. When I saw this, I was like, what? These are real life, like, big items. But no, it's an absolutely tiny, oh man. It's a mini Famicom and games. That is hilarious. I thought that was going to be massive, and it's tiny. Oh, fun. Okay. Again, this is something for the main channel, something that I've wanted to look at for a while. This is a kind of a Pokemon Game Boy type thing. This one was about £20. They're not very expensive, but it's a Game Boy kind of thing that I haven't owned before, so that will make a fun video. I know lots of people have done them, but I just haven't got one yet. Okay, now this was a bargain. I paid £30 for this. Now, I don't know what the condition is going to be like, because there wasn't very good photos. But we shall find out now. Okay, not bad. This is a new 3DS XL. Yeah, the screens work perfectly. 3D works. Is there any games on here? No, no games. But everything feels great. The condition of this is perfect. I am very, very pleased with that. What a bargain. Okay, so presumably then that charger is for that, and that's not going to be a lot of use to me because it's the Japanese one. Okay, now this is another thing that I bought. I think I paid like 400 yen for this, and you can see there it has actually come with a charger, which is quite nice. That looks like it's an official Nintendo one, and it's got the branding for the Game Boy Advance SP and the Nintendo DS. So I think I'll probably save that for a little fix-it video on this second channel, because it's only a very cheap little thing, and it'll be fun to see if I can fix it. Okay, now in here is just a Pokemon Yellow. I believe this is actually just an original. No, it's not. No, this is another one of those 2DS things that I bought, you know, for the main channel video. So it's just going to have the game in it. This one is actually sealed, which is handy because I think the other ones have been opened. So hopefully we'll be able to actually redeem this in the video and show you how that all works. Right, now this thing, not sure if this is going to be ever a video. It's got a hand crank on the side of it, and I think it's for playing a fishing game in real life. You can see that looks like a screenshot there of their living room, and then you actually fish it. So I'll play around with this, and then if it's a good enough thing, I'll make a video on it. But it does look kind of funny, and I've never seen it before, so I would like it to work and work well, but we shall find out soon enough. Okay, what is next? Right, we've got a portable monitor for the PC Engine, because I have actually got one that I want to make a video on, but I want to be able to show it working, and it's a really nice thing to have. Now, I think this is actually a new thing. I don't believe that these are actually old, like of the actual era, because there's so many of these on there. So this is definitely new old stock, but that is going to look very, very cute, and that feels lovely as well. Yeah, I mean, there's no way that's original, because look, it's got a micro USB on the side there. So really, really cool. Very excited about that. It's just a little portable monitor for your PC Engine. It's even got a HDMI out, so there's no way that is old. But it's cool that a company is still making those. Okay, and then almost finally, one ginormous box here. This is something that I've wanted for a while. It's definitely been very covered on the YouTubes before, so you will have all heard of it. This is the Hyperboy. Now, this is a ginormous accessory for the Game Boy, and they are quite expensive to get in the UK. So let's see what the condition is like. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Cool, well I'll save that for the video, but you can see it there, it looks absolutely brilliant. So that is another thing that I wanted for a while and now have, thanks to Sendico. Last but not least, now this is something that I wanted to save to the end because only my loyal viewers are going to watch this far and they ain't going to judge me. This is something that I've wanted for an incredibly long time. So I'm a big watch guy. I bought this from Sendico as well. This is a little quartz Omega, or Omega, however you want to say it. And I love it to pieces. Now, I recently sold my only big watch that I had that I bought. I treated myself to it when I hit 250,000 subscribers, but it was such a big watch, like as in the terms of like its value and status, I guess you want to say, that I never wore it in videos because I didn't really want to. I thought it would be quite a show-offy thing, and I didn't really wear it a lot in public either, so I kind of questioned whether or not it was even worth me having it. And then recently I've been undergoing something that I want to share with you very soon, but I can't just yet. And I decided to sell it so that I could use the money from that in this more important thing. And I made some money on it, which is great, but I miss having a nice watch. You know, this is a very nice watch, but it is a quartz watch. And although the build quality of it is very nice, it isn't really anything that special. I do love it to pieces, and it is my only, like, good watch. But I am a massive fan of Seiko. For those of you who don't know me and my channel, I am a massive fan of Seiko, and I wear Seikos in pretty much all of my videos. Now, this one is a kind of a reissue. It's like a homage to a diver's watch that was released called the 62 Mass. It was a Seiko diver's watch, very, very beautiful watch, and they are incredibly expensive. You know, they're $4,000 or £5,000 or dollars, so a very unaffordable thing for me. But this was just under $800, I think, which is still a lot of money, but I treated myself to this, and I'm very excited. So, here we go. Oh my god, I'm very nervous. Okay, so there's a couple of manuals and stuff here. Now, I only saw this for the first time yesterday in real life. I went into a shop in town and they had one, but I'm very excited. Here we go. Okay, look at that. Wow. So the little tab here on the box has broken off, but that's fine. Let's pull that out. Right, I'm actually going to change lens here so we can get a little bit of a better view. Look. Oh, we just lost the box. This is so beautiful. So it actually has a very, very heavy weight to it. Oh god, it's so beautiful. I don't even know where to begin. There's a domed sapphire crystal on the top there, and that is a more traditional thing that used to be done back in the day. That's kind of dropped off the face of the earth now, but they bring that back every now and again. Certain watch companies do it when they do like their sort of vintage reissues. So it's a rubber strap, which is a very sort of utilitarian, rugged thing. Now, I love a metal bracelet because it does make you feel like you're wearing a high quality watch, but this gets so damaged, and although you can get it all nice and brushed again, I'm really rough and ready with everything that I do, and I prefer to have either a rubber or a NATO strap. I love my G-Shocks and that kind of stuff. So this has a screw down crown. I believe there's a 72-hour power reserve. I don't know for sure. I'm not a watch expert. There's a 100 and something, I don't know, click rotation. Sounds very, very fancy, but it's just you know, the amount of clicks in the rotation of the bezel. A few people have had issues with the painting around the pip, and I can see what they mean. Mine's actually the same. When you look at it really, really close up, it kind of looks like the pip isn't centered, but that's just actually a bit of a problem with painting on the bezel. Not really going to bother me that much because I know that everyone else's is the same, but it is just a thing. Brand new, as you can see, very nice. It's not a limited edition or anything like that. This one, I'm going to take this off because this is a watch I'm going to be wearing every single day. It wasn't a limited edition. They did do a limited edition one, but it's like very rare and very expensive. I think there was only 5,000 of them made. And it was blue, so I actually much prefer this. It's kind of going to be hard to tell, but it's got a brown dial. It's kind of, they've already given it like a bit of a natural patina look to it. And then they've got, I think, what was called a gild hand and indice marker, which is basically just means it's kind of a bronzy color, which in any other lighting looks like it's silver, but then when you look up a bit more close, it does look a bit more vintage. So it's very nice. It's compared to like the Tudor Black Bay, except a third of the price. Aluminium bezel insert, which some people don't like. I can see why. I think it would scratch easier. But I mean, the ceramic ones start to get very expensive, so they've probably done that to make it as affordable as possible, because they did do a 62 Mass reissue, except they were really expensive. They were kind of like Grand Seiko prices. A lot of people complain about this, the rubber, having a metal loop. I don't know what this is called here, but they say that this strap piece keeps coming out, and I could actually see that. There's no friction holding that in, unless you were to keep it down really far, and then you've got this sort of tab sticking out. I can replace that. You just take off the bracelet and slide down a new one. That's no biggie. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh man, I am so pleased with that. I think it's one of those things where if you're a Seiko like watch appreciator, if that's even a thing, you're gonna know what this is and you're gonna really like it. But to anyone else, it's not gonna look like anything too show-offy. It's just a very nice, presentable watch. But that is gonna wrap up this video. I know this video kind of took a bit of a turn from being cheap retro crap to an expensive watch. Hopefully you don't mind. I never really talk about anything expensive on this channel. So yeah, there we go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Sendico, for sponsoring this video. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.